So I thought I'd do a little bit different video. I'm going to take this little airplane that my wife got me, little J3 Cub, and I'm going to hook it to a low geared motor and actually have it move around the layout. So here's what I'm working with. Trying to use stuff that I had around the house already for other modeling ventures. A couple 2-inch brackets. This is a motor from banggood.com. It is a 2 RPM 12 volt high torque motor. Overkill for what I need, but it's hard to find a very low RPM motor that isn't spec for torque. This is a 6mm collet for the motor that I'm going to hook to get the plane to rotate. These doesn't come with screws. These were, I want to say 2.5mm. Piece of music wire from an RC plane project I had left over, and a piece of hollow carbon tube that I also had left over from a airplane project. So these I actually got at Home Depot. They're Everbuilt 2-inch L brackets. This I also got from Banggood, so I'll put a link in the description for these two down below. This I just got at our local hobby shop. This is like, some hobby shops will have like tubes filled with different size music wire, and that's what I got. It's fairly flexible, and the reason why I'm doing the carbon fiber is so it'll clear the tall building I have. If I just do the music wire, I think it's going to hang too low. It's going to hit the building. So this is just to get some rigidness into it. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to solder some wire to the connectors, and then I'm going to paint it all black so it blends in more with the layout, doesn't stand out. And then I got to cut these holes out a little bit more so they fit. They're a little off. So I will do that, and I'll be back. Alright, step one done. Got my wires soldered on, got it painted black. Now I have to take the brackets, and I'm going to drill the holes out a little bit more so they'll fill in. I can just use washers to fill up the space. And I'm going to have to use my my Dremel tool to ground out a spot so the shaft isn't getting hit by the bracket. This side won't need as much work. So I'll do that right now. Alrighty, I got my L brackets drilled out and on, and I got my notch cut out. I don't know if you can really see it. Throw some light on it here. So got my notch cut out. I'm going to have to touch up the paint because I want it all black, because I'm mounting it to the board underneath my cover, and it's all black, so I want to have it blend in a little bit. I got the carbon fiber mounted to the collet. All I did was zip ties. I mean, it doesn't have to be tight. Once I get the length where it needs to be, I'll drop some CA super glue on each spot, and it'll glue it in. So that's it. So next part, I got to pull the airplane off the layout and get this mounted and run the wire. It's 12 volts, 2 RPM. I might try to mount it to about 9 volts and see if it'll still run and if it'll slow it down. That way it's slower. But I'll hook it to 12 first and see how it looks with the plane flying at 2 RPM. But I will post another update on it once I get it mounted up on the board. So I got the motor mounted up right in the center. Ran the wires in my cover on the framing, just tied it to a 12 volt source. I tried fishing line on the plane, but the plane isn't heavy enough to keep it centered. I had a piece off the tail ran up and then a piece off the center, but the tail wasn't heavy enough to put any tension on it, so it just flopped over. So I ended up having to put a piece of music wire on it. I don't think it looks too bad. More stuff to look at.